appreciate you checking out the video. So this is footage from the MBKFA Bagwell tournament, spring 2024. Weather was kind of bad for this thing. Had a big weather system coming from the west to the east, sweeping through the day of the tournament. High winds, lightning, rain, all that sort of stuff. They decided not to cancel the tournament. They went on and let it roll, which I kind of like, because I like fishing in all weather conditions. It helps you get better, figure out who's really the best. Target: redfish, speckled trout, flounder, biggest slim they call that. So we can get some AOY points in this thing, and we can win a little bit of dollar bills. Let's see how it goes. So here we are. It's the Bagwell tournament for MBKFA. Mentioned earlier, the weather gets a little bit rough today, and you can see it kind of moving in over here in Pascagoula, Mississippi. Going to be trying to catch the slam, so trout, redfish, flounder. Starting out, I know this place has a lot of flounder in it. Pascagoula in general is stacked with flounder, so I'm sure I'm going to catch a flounder. Now the other two species are going to be hit or miss. I was trying to find a very protected creek that I could get in and fish, and this is that. It's got fish in it, it's protected, and I'm just trying to get a few fish before this weather turns bad. Throwing the Unfair Smacktail. It's an old bait by Unfair Lures. They, I think they're trying to make a little bit of a comeback. But I've had these baits for a few years, and I just started using them, and they absolutely slay the fish. They do pretty well. And it's just a straight tail. Looks like it's got an, like an eel tail on the back. Kind of, you fish it like you would a fluke. Just let it hit the bottom, kind of give it little hops. And here you can see we've hooked up with a little flounder. In order to weigh these fish in the tournament, the weigh-ins in Alabama, you can see that lightning just flashed in the back. The fish have to meet Alabama size minimums, even though I'm in Mississippi. So 14 inches on flounder, 16 on redfish, and 15 inches on speckled trout. And that flounder kind of got away. He wasn't going to make it anyway, so that's all right. You see that lightning flashing in the background. It's coming. It's coming. It doesn't scare me too much. I don't worry too much about it, but it's going to get wet later. Just paralleling that grass line. That's usually a solid way to catch flounder whenever the tide is rising or falling a little bit and hadn't fallen all the way out. Trying to hop that jig as close to parallel with that grass line as I can. Okay, got a decent little flounder here. Now this guy's going to make 14. I didn't do a hold-up picture for him. I'm going to measure him, see he's 14, and I quickly get him in that ice bag because this is a weigh-in tournament. And then I get back to it. A little bit closer to the grass line, trying to work that thing, that Unfair Smacktail, as close as I can. Oh, that one was right there at the boat, and that's a little bit bigger flounder. Oh, heck yeah. Let's try to get this rascal in. He's staying down a little. That's what you want to see on a tournament day. Okay, then. Got him. You can see that one's good. He's over 16 inches. Hold this dude up. Oh, lightning across the sky. That's some kind of omen, I bet. After catching a few flat boys on that grass line, I'm going to turn around and try to run it back a little bit. Still hopping that unfair smacktail. It's treating me right, so I'm going to keep using it. And there was a bite. We missed one. Kind of pull our bait down. Pull our pants down on our jig head a little. Straighten him up, get him right back out there. If you watch my other videos, you know I have this, I don't know, I like to boat flounder in, and it bites me in the rear end a lot of times. But I got this dude. I'm going to put him in the cooler bag because even though it wasn't as big as my other fish, we are going to keep a few of them for dinner. I have cut some of this footage out before this. You can see I've got my rain jacket on. I've gotten soaking butt wet, and you can probably hear it in my camera now. The audio sounds a little different. Wind's picking up, getting kind of swooped, having to deal with that coming through, dealing with the rain, and still catching flatties. Oh yeah. Weather's bad, fishing's good. I'll take it. Get him in the net, get him in the cooler bag, and rock on. And yes, that is real wind that you can hear. You can see those trees moving in the background. You can see the water coming in. It's blowing. It's over 20, I would say for sure. Alright, got another one. Let's see, these flounders are on fire today. Catching them one right after the other. Okay, flip him on in. So I ran back to where I was fishing at earlier. See if these fish have maybe reloaded, maybe if there's a redfish, maybe a speckled trout. So I've been working up the flounder, but I hadn't got too much else, just flounders. Thus far I've been working grass lines mostly, but sometimes fish will hang out on these seawalls too, so I'm kind of trying to parallel the seawall now, see if there's anything on there. Alright, so we got another one here on this seawall. Not as big as that second or third fish we caught this morning that was bigger, but this ain't a bad one either. We'll put him in the cooler. He's about 15 or so inches. So that flounder that we caught that bit right beside the boat, that flounder was 2 pounds, and that was good enough for third place redfish. So that got us our entry fee money back for this tournament and got us a few Angler of the Year points. Doing pretty good in Angler of the Year, hoping to make that finale, top 7, and get to fish for the championship. So even though didn't do fantastic in the tournament, didn't win it, did get some good points, placed, got our money back. Life's good. Thanks for checking out the video. See you on the next one.